Hi, everybody. My name's Nif, and today we're going to mix a cocktail together. If you hear some weird sounds in the background, my cats have decided that they really want to hide under the table for the duration of this panel. So if you hear like mysterious tapping, that's Rory. He hates cameras, so he won't be on stream, but he will make noise and be disruptive. Yeah, so thanks for joining me here today. I figured this would be a really nice way to like turn up on a Friday night. And, just have some fun together doing something, a little low-key DIY activity. So I'll go through basically the ingredients, the equipment I use to mix the cocktail. You can have all your stuff out and mix it along with me, or you can watch this later and mix it on your own time. If you have any questions, sorry. Anyway, if you have any questions, please save those until the end. I'll have my wonderful tech assistants helping me out with that. I can't really see the chat from where I'm standing, so if I'm not ignoring you on purpose. I just literally can't see what you're saying. Yeah. Cool. All right. So today we're making the Vegas Royal Tea cocktail, so named because it uses our signature Vegas Royal Tea loose leaf tea that you can buy in our shop at shop.prettyprincess.club. It's like a chai tea kind of. It's a black tea with spices. It's got a bunch of coconut, cinnamon, ginger, cardamom, lemongrass, and you can buy it now if you want to. We're actually running 20% off all weekend, everything in our store with code RVO 2020. So get it while it's hot. Get it before I drink it all because I had to get a new bag out of the back because I finished both of the pouches that I saved for myself. So get it while it's still there. And the way we use this tea is we actually steep it with our dark rum. We make an infusion, which is super fancy sounding and very fancy tasting, but actually really low effort. It's, basically requires you to do nothing, just sit and wait. So what we actually do is we take about 2 tablespoons of this tea per 8 ounces of dark rum. We used Mount Gay Eclipse dark rum. You can use any dark rum. Light rum works fine too. I don't recommend using a spiced rum with this because it could clash with the tea because this already has spices in it. So let the tea have the opinions on the spices and just keep it simple. But yeah, if you let that infusion sit, which is just literally just tea and rum, you let that sit for about 4 hours, you'll get this really delicious concoction. It's actually good enough to drink straight. And you can leave it for up to 8 hours if you want to. Beyond that, it's going to taste like oversteeped tea. When you infuse something, the alcohol is kind of pulling the flavors out. And if you've made infusions before, you might be like, why is this so short? The flavors of the tea come out really quickly. It's, it doesn't take very long to steep tea normally. So the 4 hours with the low temperature will get you all the flavors you want. It gives a good balance of tea flavor versus like the spices in there. If it were just spices, you could let it sit a lot longer, but beyond 8 hours, it goes from like very fancy and bitter to like, oh God, this is just so bitter. It's just oversteeped tea. So heed my warning there. We did the science for you. 4 to 8 hours, no more than 8. So this is a really simple cocktail. That tea infused rum is your base liquor. We also use pineapple juice. We went for the fancy pineapple juice this time. This is the R.W. Knudsen or Knudsen. I don't know these folks, but the pineapple juice is really good. This is just pineapple. A lot of times you'll find juice blends that are like mostly white grape juice. This purports to mostly just be pineapple and pineapple from concentrate in water. So this is the good stuff. Usually when we buy this kind of stuff, it doesn't last long enough for us to mix it. So you've been warned. But these itty bitty bar cans of pineapple juice, these little 6-ounce cans, also work really well. The other thing we use is sweetened condensed milk. In our recipe, which you can find on our blog, that's prettyprincessclub.substack.com, we recommend that you actually mix this in. You pour it in with all the rest of the ingredients and mix it. But if you want more of like a Thai tea or a Thai coffee kind of experience, you could just pour it on top, the already shaken mixed ingredients. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's a little cold in my house right now, so you probably can't see this, but it's flowing really slowly. Don't worry about that. It's still gonna mix just fine if you shake it up with everything. The last thing that you'll want for your drink is some kind of garnish. In the recipe, I did recommend mint leaves. We had a real hard time finding those right now. So I went for a little bit of cut pineapple, and all I did was just kind of cut a little like slit in the bottom so it can fit over the cup. Boop, boop, boop. Just like that. That's low contrast there against the gold tablecloth, but you can see what that's going to look like at the end. So now on to the process of mixing. You can see this is the cup that the drink is eventually going to live in. It's already filled with ice. It's already nice and frosty. I always like to pour over fresh ice. There is ice in my shaker as well. And this is going to help, dilute the alcohol in the drink, get it all nice to an even cold temperature. But then we'll want to drain it over fresh ice in the end, because this ice is all beaten up and it's kind of watery in there. And it's just nicer if you do it like that. So I also like to use, you see I have like 2 measuring implements here. I have this little cuppy boy. I love this. I read online that it's not very accurate, but who cares? I love it because you don't have to like lean down to see if it's actually at the line here. Yeah, you can just kind of stand up and look at it from above because it's got this like nice little slanted thing. This is really hard to see, I realize, because it's clear, but you know what these things are, these little measuring cups with the diagonal lines in them, so you can see them from above. Traditionally, you might see people use a jigger, this little conical boy. I find these really hard to use. I'm super clumsy, so like the shape of it is not helpful to me. And it's probably a little less accurate. It at least feels less accurate than this thing. Usually I don't know it's full until it's flowed over. So I don't recommend these, but you can use one if you want to feel real fancy. You'll also notice I'm using this kind of shaker with this, little lid and this little strainy part on top. You could also use one of the shaker strainer kind of things that's just 2 cups. That's sort of more fancy, more like bartenderly of you if you want to do that. It can be a little dangerous. It's hard to know when you've overfilled your mixing cup. When you put the other one on top of it, usually you don't really know until you start shaking and it goes everywhere. They're also hard to open up because as you shake, the coldness, the temperature change there is going to kind of create a little suction. So sometimes you'll see people like struggling to get it off and then it pops and then there's, bits of drink everywhere. And it's not super awesome. So I like one of these for simplicity. Just, whenever you're shaking, keep at least a hand or a finger on each part of it, because the one time you don't, you will super, super regret it. Yeah. And yeah, this kind of top comes off and you can actually, you can strain it out. Okay, I think we're ready to mix, right? That's all the ingredients. That's everything. We kept it really simple so you can riff on it, and it doesn't take you too long to find all the ingredients or anything like that. So yeah, let's get started. Well, the glass is sweating all over the tablecloth here. Okay, so we'll start with our liquor. If I had been smarter about this, I probably kind of would have decanted it back into its original bottle, a narrow-necked, like actual rum bottle, or given it something that could use a pour spout, because I find this carafe really kind of sploshy. So say a prayer for me while I try this. We just want 2 ounces of this. Told y'all I'm clumsy. Whoop, whoop. Hey, not bad, huh? And like ordinarily you'd want to kind of set this down on your working space to make sure your measurement is accurate. If you probably can't see from where you are, but it's a little bit over the line. Make sure you stick to 2 ounces. If you over pour, the rum, it's not going to taste that good. It's going to taste out of balance, and you won't have enough pineapple juice. But I might just add a little extra pineapple juice to compensate. So that goes right into the shaker. Sorry, I'm kind of moving stuff around as I'm like, where do I actually want things? I don't know. Our pineapple juice, we'll just want 4 ounces of this. This little can is 6 ounces. If I weren't on camera, I'd just eyeball it. I'd be like, that's 2/3, good enough. But yeah, we're going to go for 4 ounces, which is 2 of these little cuppy boys. Yeah, this feels a little short to me, and I poured the rum a little bit hard, so just a tiny bit extra. Keep it in balance. And try not to drink too much of this later. All right, now for the sweetened condensed milk, this is kind of up to your taste. I always eyeball it because it's just going to get my little measuring cup all sticky. You want like 1/4 ounce to 1/2 ounce, depending on how sweet you like stuff. You could even go harder than 1/2 ounce if you want to. Yeah, this thing holds at most like 2.5 ounces. So let's just see where we end up here. Just told y'all it's slow. Blop. All right, how about that? It's delicious. Don't even need the drink. Just eat the sweetened condensed milk. Now my fingers are sticky from working with that. Okay. We're about ready to shake. Make sure your lid's on super tight. Like I said, hold this up. Hold the lid on, hold this top part on. If you don't, you might be fine. But the one time you think, no, I'll be okay. It's not going to be okay. So you'll want to shake this real hard until it's frosty all the way on the outside. This is a little bit like deceptively frosty because it's sat in the freezer for like 5 hours today. But I'm just going to shake this up. Kind of hold it away from the mic for all y'all. Oh, yeah, look at my arms. I feel muscular. Okay. I'm going to pop this little top off. I'll just pour. It's like we got a little extra this time. That's fine. You can put that in its own little cup. You call that a sidecar. Give it to your friend. I'm going to give it to my husband because he's doing such a great job being my assistant today. Here you go, babe. You deserve it. All right. And here's our drink. And I'm just going to put a little pineapple on it. Find its little leggies that I cut earlier. And there you go. If you want to reserve your sweetened condensed milk to the end and pour it over, you might want a straw to kind of mix it together. See how this one turned out. Woo! That's pretty good. That's good. Yeah. I won't drink the whole thing on camera, but I encourage you to drink responsibly as you see fit. And that's how you make our signature event cocktail. And I'm happy going to page in my tech person now. Alexis, are there any questions on the stream?
There are not any questions right now, Nif.
I did a good job explaining.
You did, yes. We do have many people giving their good feedback. Ito Milk says, me and my boyfriend just finished pouring. It's so yummy.
Yay, good. I'm so glad.
Elia Chan says, you are Buff Lita. Shaking. But yes, if anyone has questions, you can drop them in the chat.
Yeah. If you wanted to like riff on this a little bit, you might change up the base liquor for the infusion. You could try a different kind of rum. You could try, let's see here. You could try it with whiskey. That would be really interesting. I'm not much of a whiskey person. I kind of overdid it in my youth. So I tend to stay away from that nowadays. But anything that like tastes good with pineapple, right? If you wanted to like try something like Malibu, which already has like a coconut flavor to it, it might work okay. Oh, thank you. Any suggestions for a non-alcoholic version? My husband just handed me his phone. All right, great. We're on it. Yeah, I think this makes a really good non-alcoholic version as well. All you do is just make some really strong tea, just strong Vegas Royal tea. Make it iced, however you like to make iced tea, and then just do that instead of the rum, and it'll be good. It won't have as much bitterness to it because you won't be basically over steeping tea in alcohol for maximum tannin. It'll probably be a little bit sweeter, but yeah, I think it's good even without alcohol. Drinking for lack of content here. Yeah.
I really wish I had gotten the ingredients and also had this drink with me right now. Alas. But it is still available. The Vegas Royal Tea is still available at shop.prettyprincess.club. 20% off with code RVO2020.
Oh man, thank you, Alexis. I love that. Yeah, please buy it. I won't be fulfilling. I'm the one who's also going to be fulfilling your order if you buy it. So please wait a couple days. I'm a little bit busy right now. It won't be in the mail immediately, but I do appreciate you all. Anything you buy does support our future in-person event. Hopefully we get to put that on in 2021. We'll see what happens. But yeah, for now, we've got a whole weekend full of amazing content for you all. Up next, we're going to drop you off at the rave. DJ Jiminy Cricket is going to play one of her signature happy hardcore sets for you all, and it's going to be amazing. I love her. She's super fun. So we'll just kind of raid over there. We'll just drop you all off. I think we're going to host as well for the night. That's our last piece of content. So, have fun at the rave. Be safe. And we'll see you in the morning after that with Imani's panel about building a kawaii community, which I'm really excited about. I'm definitely going to get up early for that one. It's early on the West Coast. But yeah, it's going to be really great. And
I believe you have another panel, don't you, Nif?
I do. Yes. Yeah. Tomorrow night, in more of the late night spots, we're going to talk about visiting Las Vegas, specifically the Vegas Strip as a first-time visitor. Just kind of stuff that I like, ways that I strategized around planning, information about gambling. If that's something you're really interested in trying, I think it's good to go in with a little bit of prior knowledge, and so you don't just like sit down and lose all your money and then you're like, well, that was great. But yeah, I will infuse you with knowledge tomorrow night. I believe that's after the fashion walk. I want to say. Yeah.
I will also be your disembodied tech voice then.
I love it. Always a pleasure working with Alexis. For real, y'all.
I was supposed to have my very first trip to Vegas this year for Klexicon, actually. Ooh. Back in April, the gay convention. Woot! And I was very much looking forward to getting to be on the Strip because their convention is at the Tropicana.
Ooh,
sorry.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So I'm very excited to hear all about Las Vegas for first timers to get the experience that I did not get to see firsthand this year.
Yes. Yeah, it's super fun. I don't want to spoil too much, but like there's so many different things you can do, and that's kind of why I love it, is like you just choose your own adventure. You can go all out, you can just chill by the pool, you can watch people, you can gamble, you cannot gamble. It's all great. But for now we'll just have to pretend and drink our happy little drinks.
Yep.
Kelp likes to hang out with the grandmas at the nickel slots. I love nickel slots, penny slots, anything like that. I love stuff that lights up. I just want to sit down in front of it and put money into it.
That's definitely what I have to do. We have a casino here in Pittsburgh, and the first time I went, Hubs
wants me to make one for him. Yeah, please keep going.
The very first time I went to the casino with my friends, I was like, I know how to play blackjack. I want to play some blackjack. And they were like, okay, here are the tables. And I sat down and instantly lost $50 in like two hands.
Ooh,
and
ouch.
they were like, maybe we should have put you on video blackjack.
Hey, sweetie, I think you have the cup as well.
I was like,
Yeah.
if I know the rules, that's all I need. No, there's so many. You need to bet and stuff
It goes so fast. It goes super, super fast.
so fast.
Yeah, I was in Vegas last year with a bunch of my cool dude friends, and they all sat down at the roulette table and made a shitload of money. They just won super huge, and I'm like, I'm gonna do that. Did not. Needless to say, I lost real fast. It did not work out well for me. But yeah, that's kind of the thing about table games is like, woo, all right, well, and the video games are the video poker and video blackjack and stuff like that at the bar top is just as good and still gets you the comp drinks you desire. At least I desire anyway. You just sit down, you stick $20 in, and they'll just keep giving you drinks.
Wait, really? Alcoholic drinks?
Yeah, real drinks. Yeah,
Vegas.
yes, the comp drinks are real. I heard out east in East Coast casinos like Atlantic City or possibly in Pittsburgh, comp drinks aren't as much of a thing. But in Vegas, comp drinks are real and they're served to you by pretty ladies. And if you give them plenty of tips, they will be back quickly and give you even more drinks.
Ooh. I'm taking notes for whenever I make it to Vegas.
Exactly, right? Yeah, that's the good insider info. I didn't shake that very good, but I'm watching my sound levels and that looks loud.
It's okay. It's drink ASMR.
That's above my pay grade.
Yeah, I mean, Pittsburgh doesn't really fall into the same category as Atlantic City. We're like, oh, look, we have some spot on this area where the stadiums are that nobody ever goes to. Let's put some slot machines there.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's a very, I don't know. It doesn't seem like that big of a casino to me.
Yeah. There were always, I used to live in Cleveland, and they had casinos out there, and I never went to them or anything like that. It was always around, and I'm just like, huh. I could be gambling right now. I think luckily for me, I didn't. But I also heard that depending on where you're at, region wise, the payouts may be more or less generous. My husband and I went to the Atlantis Resort in the Bahamas one time. We just didn't win anything, and there were a bunch of grumpy oldsters who were like, I've been coming here for years, and the payouts and blah blah blah. So apparently that's the house always wins, but to what extent? That is apparently up for negotiation a little bit. Yeah.
Let's see. So DJ Jiminy Cricket's set starts promptly at 5:58 /8:58 for us East Coast team. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, she'll start her pre-show music at 5:58, and the actual set starts at 6. Yeah, so that's gonna be really fun. I'm gonna probably take my cord off and just put the set on our actual TV because I'm watching myself on my browser right now. But I'm actually gonna put this on TV and probably just dance for a little while. I have a soft spot in my heart for happy hardcore and techno and dance music and stuff like that, and I hope you all enjoy it as much as I will.
Dancing sounds like a really nice way to end the day. / start the weekend.
Sounds like you cut out there. You good?
Oh, am I good? I don't know. Am I still here? Check. Mic check. 1, 2. Ooh, I wonder if my headset finally broke. Well, I think actually what happened is that we lost Nif. So thanks for bearing with us, everybody. Nif. Nope, no Nif. Nif is loading the loading wheel of doom. So I think perhaps this is a sign that we're going to run the ads for this evening. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the first day of panels of Royal Vegas Online. Be sure to check out all of the brands with all of their deals. Thank you, Kelp, for the schedule. We're going to let you look at all those brands right now. And after that, we're going to drop you in to listen to DJ Jiminy Cricket and start your weekend off right.